The accountant's affair. Under the dim lights of the luxurious bar, Ethan leaned down, giving Lily a passionate kiss. Lily's arms tightened around Ethan's neck, the fire of desire within her flaring intensely. Ethan kissed along Lily's neck, then gradually descended to her chest. Amidst the bustling skyscrapers, Lily, a 39-year-old woman with a captivating and proud beauty, lived a quiet life with her 14-year-old son. 5 years had passed since her divorce, and she chose to freeze her heart, focusing on work and caring for her son, avoiding any complications related to romance. Lily wasn't tall, but her figure was incredibly alluring, her full bust and hips making her stand out. With her sophisticated fashion sense, Lily turned many heads, and men often whispered about her sweetness. Lily was a talented accounting expert, someone any company would want on their team. Despite numerous tempting offers, Lily remained steadfast in her current job, where she felt safe and free from complicated relationships. Then, an unexpected encounter with Ethan, a successful 42-year-old tycoon with a mysterious aura, turned her world upside down. Ethan was the CEO of a small corporation with a seemingly perfect family, but hidden behind that facade were secrets only he knew. 5 years ago, he and Lily had worked together, but back then she was just an ordinary employee, leaving no lasting impression on him. Now, needing someone with real talent, Ethan searched far and wide for Lily. Their meeting took place in a cozy cafe. When Ethan appeared, Lily felt her heart skip a beat. He was no longer the man from her memories, more rugged, more experienced, yet strangely captivating. His smile and confident demeanor stirred something within Lily. Throughout the meeting, Ethan persistently persuaded her to work for him. Initially, Lily hesitated, but her heart fluttered with his concern and persistence. They talked from noon till evening, and despite Lily's reluctance, she had to leave for work. From that moment on, her mind was filled with thoughts of him. Lily knew she stood at a dangerous crossroads. Accepting the offer would boost her career and income, but it came with an unpredictable relationship, a game she had avoided for 5 years. However, one late afternoon, as the sun dipped behind the tall buildings, Lily picked up her phone and dialed Ethan's number. "Ethan, I accept." At the other end, Ethan paused for a moment, then burst out laughing excitedly. "Fantastic. I'll introduce you to the board tomorrow." Lily smiled, but inside, a storm was brewing. That night, she stood before her closet, flipping through her wardrobe, wondering if tomorrow she would be a new employee or step into a tempting new chapter of her life. Lily had always told herself that working well beside Ethan was enough, and she would never reveal her feelings. She also knew Ethan wouldn't notice her, as his wife was beautiful. If he were to have an affair, he would choose a beautiful, leggy woman, not someone as plain as Lily. This gave her some peace of mind to accept the job at Ethan's company. The meeting involved Ethan and 4 other directors. They were all young, talented, and around Lily's age. She confidently answered their questions and even asked about their expectations. They all agreed that Lily would bring a breath of fresh air to the company. They trusted and had high hopes for her, and Lily promised not to disappoint them. After the meeting, Ethan insisted Lily join everyone for dinner. During the meal, he took special care of her, calling her the company's treasure. Though a bit exaggerated, the other directors agreed, as they had high hopes for her. After a month of handing over her work at the old company, Lily officially started at Ethan's company. Almost every week, Ethan invited Lily to dinner, and she never refused. Each meal was about work, but Ethan seized every chance to be with her. After each meal, he texted his thanks. "Thank you so much, let's keep up the good work." These simple messages were treasured by Lily. Lily's office was next to Ethan's. She had 4 other employees in her room. In the early days, everything was normal. Lily paid close attention to her attire and makeup, always appearing polished. Ethan often came to her office for private meetings or meetings with other directors. These work hours, though just work, were Lily's happiest moments. Sometimes, Ethan sat so close that Lily could smell his subtle perfume. She noticed every stitch on his collar, even the brand. Nothing was more alluring. Ethan was always engrossed in work, often amazed by Lily's intelligence. For him, it was just work. After about a week at the new company, Lily started cleaning Ethan's office every morning. She organized all the documents, his desk, golf clubs, and even the mini golf course in his office. The cleaning lady had told Lily to let her do it, but Lily declined, saying she was afraid the cleaning lady might mix up important documents. So, Lily cleaned Ethan's office herself. No one in the company paid attention, as Lily's explanation was reasonable. Moreover, Ethan and Lily had many projects to finish. One day, Ethan found a tiny pen on his desk, which Lily had bought and placed there. He asked the cleaning lady, but she said she didn't clean his office, saying it must have been Lily, as she cleaned everything. Ethan called Lily to his office. Looking a bit angry, he said, "I pay you a high salary, not for you to do these things." Lily smiled confidently. "I don't count this into my working hours. I'm just worried someone might mess up our documents. If something happens, it will take a lot of time to redo. Please let me do this." Ethan gave in. From then on, Lily started taking care of Ethan more. During lunch at the company or parties, she prepared his favorite dishes or picked food for him, worried he would only drink tea and ignore the food. He often looked at her with gratitude. Ethan laughed and said, "You're taking care of my wallet. If I get sick or have any problems, my wallet will be the first to suffer." No one else said anything, or if they thought anything, they didn't dare to say it. Lily didn't mind, as everything happened in her quiet joy, a joy that Ethan unknowingly stole from her. Then came the day Ethan's family went on a 2-week vacation in Europe. Usually, Ethan was busy, sometimes not coming to the office or going on half-day business trips, but he always contacted Lily, even on his days off. This time, Ethan announced he would turn off his phone during the vacation. Hearing this, Lily felt lost. By the 3rd day, she was exhausted from missing him. That night, Lily cried in the restroom. She only dared to cry there, because at home, she had to face her son. Lily never allowed herself to be weak in front of him. Her 14-year-old son, studying at an international school, seemed more mature than his age. He understood his mother's life and loved her dearly. Sometimes he told Lily, "Mom, love someone or marry someone. I don't like seeing you lonely." Lily smiled, stroking his hair. "The only man I can love for the rest of my life is you." He disagreed, saying that when he had a girlfriend, got married, and moved away, she would be alone. He was worried about that. Lily wondered, if he knew she was hopelessly in love with Ethan, what would he think? If he saw her crying for Ethan, would he be disappointed? Lily didn't know, but she felt she couldn't love Ethan anymore. Just seeing him every day, talking to him about work, was enough for her to live her life. Lily never expected Ethan to understand her feelings, and even feared it happening. That night, unable to stop thinking about Ethan, she wrote a work email to him. She didn't expect him to read it right away, but writing it down eased her mind. However, the remaining 12 days were empty, and just thinking about Ethan brought tears, her chest feeling tight. The following days, Lily went to work as usual, but her spirits were low. She still went to Ethan's office in the morning, but there was nothing to clean. Lily stared at Ethan's clothes hanging in the closet, tears falling. She had loved and suffered before, but this pain was new and deeper. Wiping her tears, Lily returned to her office, but had no energy to do anything. Suddenly, she received an email from Ethan. She quickly opened it. In the email, Ethan reminded her of a few things and praised her work. He asked, "What gift do you want me to buy from Europe?" The simple question made Lily reread the email for 2 hours. She memorized it, but still didn't know what to ask for. That night, she replied to Ethan's email, asking him to buy something he thought she would like. It was a risk, but she wanted to see how well he understood her. She suddenly wondered what she was expecting from him. Then came the day Ethan returned. During that time, despite not having his phone, Lily contacted him via email. However, Ethan only replied to every 2 or 3 emails, which was enough for Lily. Before returning, Ethan asked Lily to meet him at a cafe near the company. Lily was surprised, but agreed without asking. When she arrived, Ethan was already there. Lily almost faltered upon seeing him. She took a deep breath to calm herself, then sat down. Ethan asked about her work, then remembered to give her a beautifully wrapped gift. He asked, "Can you open it now?" Lily nodded. Inside was a pair of white and red scarves for women from the brand Ethan often used. Lily asked in surprise, "It's summer. Why did you buy me scarves? And why do you think I'd like this gift?" Ethan smiled. "I thought you'd like them because I saw you looking at my scarf a few times." Hearing this, Lily almost cried. She asked, "How did you know I looked at your scarf?" Ethan replied, "Women always pretend to be smart. Next week, we're going on a business trip to a cold city. You can wear these scarves to keep warm." Then, Ethan gave out gifts to the employees and told Lily to distribute them. Besides the scarf, Lily's personal gift, she received a gift like everyone else, but the scarf's special meaning made her heart ache. The fateful business trip to the cold city was just Ethan and Lily. On the plane, Ethan seemed tired and fell asleep. The blanket slipped off him, and Lily, after a moment's hesitation, tucked it back in. As she was about to turn away, Ethan suddenly grabbed her hand. Lily looked at him, his eyes still closed. It seemed he was holding her hand unconsciously. Lily let her hand stay, but she began to tremble, her heart pounding. Suddenly, Ethan opened his eyes and smiled at her. Lily was too flustered to understand the smile. She looked out the dark window, trying to ease the tension. No one spoke. Ethan closed his eyes, but didn't seem to be sleeping, still holding Lily's hand until the plane landed. It was the first physical touch between Ethan and Lily. At that moment, Lily's emotions were indescribable. She wanted to pull her hand away, but fear grew within her. She feared everything would be exposed, feared she would no longer be with Ethan, work with him, or see his warm smile. When the plane landed, Ethan let go of Lily's hand. It was a relief, but also an emptiness. On the taxi ride to the hotel, Lily didn't know how to face Ethan. She glanced at him and saw he was calm, saying a few necessary words to her, then closing his eyes as if napping. At the hotel, unlike usual, Ethan didn't go straight to his room. He stopped by Lily's room, saying, "Don't shower too long, it's cold here, you might catch a cold." He turned and left, and Lily could only mutter a reply. She couldn't sleep that night, her mind filled with thoughts of Ethan holding her hand on the plane. She felt like a young girl whose hand was held by her boyfriend, but she couldn't smile. Instead, she felt fear, panic, and a sense of loss. Lily finally fell asleep at dawn. Waking up late, she hurriedly called Ethan, who answered, "I'm already at work. Have breakfast and rest. If you're still tired, rest some more. If not, come to work." The following days, Lily and Ethan worked together and traveled for business. Whether with other employees or alone, they were always close, with seats and hotel rooms near each other. The flights were usually at night to save time, allowing them to work with partners the next morning. Though the trips were stressful and tiring, they were precious memories for Lily. After each meeting, Ethan often worked late with her, sometimes falling asleep at her desk or vice versa. When alone, Ethan let Lily choose where to eat, saying, "You've worked hard, let's relax during meals. You choose." These moments made Lily feel like they were a couple, even a newlywed couple. Though Ethan talked about work during meals, she didn't mind. Taking care of Ethan, ensuring he ate well, was a joy for Lily. Once, a female partner commented, "Mr. Ethan has an excellent assistant, not just in work but in life. He's so lucky." Lily was startled but remained calm, while Ethan laughed and replied, "That's right, she's my company's treasure, don't touch her." Ethan wasn't wrong. Since Lily joined the company, his long-planned projects had become reality. Though not perfect, they had achieved significant results, especially during the crisis that many companies envied. That morning, they had breakfast at the hotel. Lily tried to act normal, reminding herself that work was the priority, but her feelings for Ethan were overwhelming. She avoided looking at him, making him uncomfortable. Waiting at the restaurant when the waiter brought the food, Lily was glued to her phone. Ethan tapped her hand with his chopsticks. "Put your phone down. I'm talking to you and you're on your phone." Lily tried to stay calm. "You can talk, I'm listening." But she kept looking at her phone, barely reading anything. As the waiter brought the food, Ethan said loudly, "Let's eat, we have work later." Lily forced a smile. "Okay. What's wrong?" "I'm just tired." Ethan looked at her calmly. "Why don't you sleep if you're tired? You were up late, weren't you? Didn't sleep last night? Did you sleep this morning?" Lily was surprised, but replied, "I couldn't sleep on the plane, but I slept well in my room. I forgot to set an alarm, that's why I woke up late." Ethan chuckled, not very convincing. "Let's eat, we have work later." He focused on his food, ignoring Lily. She wondered how Ethan knew so much about her. She liked him, but wasn't sure if he felt the same. That night, Lily and Ethan had a lot to prepare for the meeting with partners. As usual, Ethan would shower and come to Lily's room to work. But this time, he followed her into her room. Lily thought he wanted her to make coffee for their late work. As soon as they entered, Ethan leaned back on the sofa. As Lily went to get water for coffee, he suddenly hugged her from behind. His breath on her neck made her feel hot. She stopped, trying to stay calm. "What's wrong?" "Just hugging you," Ethan replied, sounding amused. "Why are you hugging me?" "I like it, but you didn't ask." "Why so many hugs?" "So, I'm asking now, can I hug you?" "Not yet." "Why not?" "Because I need to know why you like hugging me." "Can you answer that?" "If I answer, can I hug you?" Ethan asked, smiling. "You have to be honest," Lily said, pulling away. She turned to him. "I'll make coffee. You can answer me when I get back. If not, we'll work after coffee." Ethan nodded and sat down. When Lily returned with 2 cups of coffee, she sat next to him. He took a cup and smiled at her. "I want to answer, but guess first. Why do you think I like hugging you?" Lily replied calmly, "Maybe you just argued with your wife, or you're lonely and want me to fill the void. Maybe you like me as something new, or maybe you love me." Ethan was silent for a moment, then chuckled. "You're right about everything. But the truth is, I like you, not as something new, but as something delicious." "Delicious? In what way?" "You're smart, sweet, you pamper and take care of me. What woman doesn't?" Lily smiled. "But you know I love you." Lily forced a smile. Clearly, Ethan knew she loved him and was teasing her. She wanted to defend herself. "So what?" she challenged. "So, you can use me as a spice?" Ethan shook his head, smiling. "No, I want you as one of the main dishes." "Okay, then keep hugging me." Lily put her coffee down and stood up, moving closer to Ethan. He stood up, closing the distance. "If hugging leads to other things, whatever they may be, but only with your permission," Ethan said, his eyes fixed on Lily. "How do you get my permission? You're a businessman. You should know how to make a profit. Why ask such a silly question?" "I suddenly feel silly in front of you." "Let me think." Ethan leaned down, grabbed his coat, and walked out. Lily sat on the chair, her mind racing. After finishing work, she took a night flight to see her son. Ethan wasn't on these flights. As soon as she turned on her phone, she got a text from Ethan. "Landed, call me." Lily stared at the text, then at the clock. 12:30 a.m. Why was Ethan texting her at this hour? Before she could reply, her phone rang. It was Ethan. "I'm at the airport, let's go home together." "Why are you here?" "You got back this morning." "Long story, I'll tell you later." "Hurry and get your luggage." Lily rushed to the baggage claim, watching the slow-moving suitcases, feeling like an eternity had passed. As soon as she got her bag, she ran to the exit. The security guard was surprised by her urgency. In the dim airport lights, Lily saw Ethan leaning against a taxi. She ran to him, out of breath. "Why are you here?" Ethan didn't answer. He took her luggage, opened the trunk, and put the bags in. Lily noticed Ethan's luggage was already there. Before she could process it, he pulled her into the taxi. "Let's go," Ethan told the driver, then turned to Lily. "Are you tired?" "A little." "Good, we're winning." "I thought it wouldn't work out." Lily didn't understand, but nodded. She realized Ethan was still holding her hand. She gently pulled her hand away, but Ethan tightened his grip. "Do you miss me?" he asked in a low voice. "No," Lily replied, more to herself than to him. "I missed you terribly," Ethan whispered, his breath on her ear, making her shiver. Lily didn't say anything, letting him hold her hand for the entire drive. When the taxi stopped, the driver asked for the address, and Ethan turned to Lily. "Home or the office?" "The office," she replied, still confused. The security guard was surprised to see Ethan bringing Lily to the office at midnight. He explained they had urgent work for tomorrow. Ethan pulled Lily into the elevator, up to the office. He let go of her hand, pointing to the sofa. "Sit down." "I'll make coffee." Lily sat down, watching Ethan make coffee. He brought 2 cups and sat next to her, giving her a cup. "Drink this. You'll feel better." "Are you tired?" For the second time that night, Ethan asked, but his tone was different, making Lily hesitate. She took a sip of coffee, hoping it would clear her head and help her understand what was happening. Ethan put his cup down and held Lily's shoulders. "What are we going to do, Lily?" "I don't know what to do." Lily held her cup tightly, her only anchor. "What do you mean?" she asked, her voice trembling. "I love you." Lily's cup fell and shattered. She stared at the broken pieces, while Ethan panicked. "Are you okay?" "It's hot. Stay still." He rushed to his desk, got some tissues, and carefully cleaned her legs where the coffee had spilled, checking for burns. Then he cleaned up the broken glass. Ethan sat next to Lily, holding her shoulders. "Calm down. You might not believe me, but it's true. I have to admit I love you." Lily was still confused, staring at him. Ethan continued, "I think I've loved you since our trip to Europe. I took my family to stop thinking about you, but the farther I was, the more I thought about you. I bought you the scarves and other things, but I was afraid to give them to you. I still have them. I was afraid I was doing something wrong, afraid to lead you astray. So, when I hugged you at the hotel or held your hand on the plane, it was when I couldn't control myself. I'm sorry." Ethan sighed. "I knew I loved you 3 months after you started working here, but I ignored it. At first, I just appreciated your work, then my feelings grew. I like everything about you, talking to you, working with you, traveling with you, but I knew it was wrong. I tried until now, but I can't take it anymore." Ethan looked down, his voice breaking. "Today, after letting you fly alone, I regretted it. I didn't go home or to the office. I wandered around in a taxi, then went back to the airport to wait for you. I needed an answer, but I didn't know how. I love my kids, my family, my work, and I need you." Lily was silent, not knowing what to say. Ethan continued, "I don't know anymore. We've been living peacefully, but not loving. It seems okay to everyone, but I feel different. I don't want to break up my family, but I can't stop thinking about you. I don't know what to do." Confused, Lily stood up and ran to the door, but Ethan was standing there, his eyes cold. "You're so cruel, not telling me." "I told you we'd figure it out together," he said. Lily looked at Ethan, feeling sorry for him. She was also torn. She walked back, sat on the rug, and rested her chin on Ethan's lap, a natural act of helplessness. "I need time to think." "Okay, take your time," Ethan said, lifting Lily's face, his eyes serious. "Just promise me one thing. Don't disappear. So I can't find you, okay?" Lily nodded. "But if we keep being close, what will happen?" "I wish things were like before the trip. We were both at peace then." Ethan chuckled. "You think so? You think I'm a rock, not loving you, not missing you?" Ethan sighed, his eyes distant. He touched Lily's cheek, feeling her warmth. "Just being like this with you is enough." "But it's not enough for me," Ethan said, his voice low. "I want more, but I have a wife, and that's the biggest problem." "Does she know?" Lily asked, looking at Ethan. "No. Even you didn't know. How would she?" "You said, she." I'm not used to calling her she. Sounds strange. I call you it too, right? Lily smiled and Ethan laughed. Sometimes. You and her, I call you both it. They laughed, the tension easing. Ethan sighed. I'm hungry. Lily stood up. You haven't had breakfast? I thought you weren't back, so I was going to ask you to have breakfast with me. Let me make you breakfast. Okay, I'll sleep for a bit, then you can wake me up. Lily went to the kitchen, feeling happy. 2 months passed, and they loved each other like soulmates, without lust. For Lily, it was true love, not just Ethan wanting something new. It was a belief they both shared. But Lily wasn't surprised when their relationship took a step further. For Ethan, it was the natural course of love. It happened on their first business trip after the turning point. 2 months later, Ethan and Lily officially became lovers. The trip was with 4 people, Ethan, Lily, and 2 engineers to Langsun. Ethan and Lily had won a major project. He arranged for them to arrive and leave 2 days earlier than the engineers. Lily knew Ethan's intention, but didn't question it. On the first night flight, Ethan was natural, acting like a free couple. Holding Lily's hand, pulling her luggage, Lily leaned on him. Sometimes he remembered they were almost 40 and needed to be careful. But he didn't care what others thought, only fearing being caught. He liked showing his love for Lily like a young man. At the hotel, they had 3 rooms, Ethan and Lily getting theirs first. Ethan put their luggage in their respective rooms, but he was anticipating something special to happen between them. Since loving Ethan, Lily had felt the difference, even wanting to push him, but she was too traditional. It made Ethan happy, showing he loved her sincerely, not just for lust. They had 2 days and nights alone in a strange city, free from prying eyes. Lily wondered if she could control herself. Lost in thought in the bathroom, she didn't notice Ethan lying on her bed, changing channels. Startled, Lily went back into the bathroom. Usually, she dressed before leaving the bathroom, but this time, she remembered her clothes were dirty. What was she going to wear? Then, she heard Ethan's voice and knocks. Get dressed, you'll catch a cold. It's cold here. Lily opened the door a crack, and Ethan handed her clean clothes. As soon as she got them, she closed the door. She still heard him laughing. You're like a child in a woman's body. Dressed, Lily went to the vanity, avoiding Ethan. When did you come? Why aren't you sleeping? Ethan didn't take his eyes off the TV. I came to sleep. Lily didn't know what to say, her hands trembling. Ethan, noticing her struggle with her hair, got up and took the hairdryer. You shouldn't wash your hair at night in this cold city. It's dangerous. Dry it well before sleeping, okay? Lily didn't reply, letting him dry her hair. They were silent until her hair was dry. It's dry. Don't wash your hair at night in the cold again, Ethan said, putting the hairdryer away and getting into bed.